Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, today we had a bit of a mixed market. The S&P 500, as measured by SPY, closed down just a smidge, 0.17%. So pretty much unched on the day. But what was interesting is that we have seen this divergence between basically the energy ETFs, or the energy sector, which was up pretty good today, up 1.5%. Versus the technology sector, which was down about 1% today. And not to mention also the real estate sector, which was up 1.67% today. So let's address a couple of these here. So first we'll look at the energy sector. That's XLE right here. And you see it's had a pretty good run for the last 2 months or so, kind of leveling out. So we very often see rounded tops, like highs tend to be rounded tops and bottoms tend to be pretty sharp. We sometimes call that up the stairs and out the window, like we saw back here about 6 months ago. So interestingly, XLE was up about 1.5%. But, you know, if you go through some of the individual stocks that are in it, XOM, you know, that one was pretty much, not a major day by any stretch of the imagination. It was up just 0.66 today. It's a red candle, so it kind of had a little bit of a reversal from the open, almost a bit of a doji here. So a fairly lackluster day, really. We could look at CVX, which of course is Chevron, and that one was up a smidge today. That one was up 1.5%. COP, not the disease, the company, that's ConocoPhillips. So that one closed higher, but, you know, had a little bit of retracement throughout the day, closing lower than where it opened. So now let's go into that technology sector, XLK. And we see that one was down. That was down about 1% today. And the usual suspects play a big part there. So, you know, we've got AAPL, which was down about 2%, AMZN, which was down 1.6%, NVIDIA, which was down 1.2% or so. And so, you know, it kind of comes to fears of rising rates, but, you know, no major fears, right? Because the market itself was pretty uneventful. Energy, you know, that's up because there's some different fundamentals around crude, of course, and the economy being one of those fundamentals. If it looks like the economy might be strong, people will buy more oil. Now, we did have some real estate numbers out earlier today, and so I do want to take just a really quick little look at the XLE, because that one we had a big day. XLRE. And that one, you know, it opened up just a little bit higher from yesterday's close, but then throughout the day, it really pressed on. And if we look and kind of narrow in, I like to look at some different time frames sometimes. It was almost kind of a steady climb throughout the day, right? We had some numbers come out this morning that gave it a lift, and then it traded kind of a little bit sideways. But as the day progressed, it kind of climbed right up that 20-day moving average. And I want to remind you that if you are not registered for our online training tonight, which is going to be on time spreads, one of the mother strategies of all option trading, you should get registered by going to this page that's going to pop up right after this. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.